for these vocabulary words while I read the lesson. Anthropologist, colleague, bipedalism, trait. Think about this question as you watch the video. In 1974, a young anthropologist named Donald Johanson went to look for human fossils at a place called Hadar. An anthropologist is a scientist who studies the lives and customs of human beings. Hadar is in the northern part of the Great Rift Valley in the African nation of Ethiopia. Like Olduvai Gorge, the nearly desert environment of Hadar had once been fertile grasslands and forest, dotted with lakes and rich in wildlife. On a hot November day that year, Johanson and his team worked under the sun. By the afternoon, the temperature had climbed above 110 degrees Fahrenheit. As Johanson walked around the dig, he noticed something lying on the ground partway up the slope. He recognized it immediately as the exposed arm bone of a human ancestor. Johanson and his colleague, Tom Gray, carefully excavated the bone. A colleague is a coworker. They soon uncovered 46 more bones. To their astonishment, the bones all belonged to a single skeleton. When the bones were reassembled, Johanson realized he had found nearly 40% of a complete skeleton of a small type of AUSTRALOPITHECUS. Among the bones was the pelvis, or hip bone. Because the pelvis is an unusually thin bone, it often does not survive as a fossil. This was to prove to be one of the most important parts of Johanson's find. What Johanson had uncovered was the most complete skeleton of an Australopithecus ever found. Because of the skeleton's small size and the shape of its pelvis, Johanson believed his find had been a female. He nicknamed her Lucy, but her scientific name was Australopithecus afarensis. When the soil in which Lucy had been found was tested, it was learned that Lucy had lived between 3.2 and 3.8 million years ago. This made Lucy the oldest human ancestor yet discovered, millions of years older than Nutcracker Man. The shape of Lucy's pelvis and her knee bones told Johanson one more very important thing. Lucy had walked upright on 2 feet, which scientists call bipedalism. Why was bipedalism important? Along with the use of tools and fire and the development of language, walking upright on 2 feet is considered one of the most basic traits of human beings. A trait is a quality or feature that makes something what it is. Because Lucy was so old and no tools have been found of the same age, some scientists now think that the earliest human ancestors walked upright before they used tools or could speak. As Johanson would later say, the discovery of Lucy proved that walking upright was the first human trait. Here's what you learned today. First, Donald Johanson discovered the most complete skeleton of an early human ancestor at Hadar in the Great Rift Valley. Next, Johanson was able to determine that his discovery, Lucy, had been able to walk upright on 2 feet. Finally, walking upright on 2 feet was determined to be the first important human trait to emerge in our ancestors.